Oh, goodness gracious, oh me, oh my, it's back o'clock, baby.
Are we back?
It should be back o'clock. One would hope it's back o'clock.
Zip nasty.
I have to admit something to you guys. I was wrong the last thing I said.
Mm-hmm.
You asked what kind of crust my pizza would be, and I said thin.
Yeah.
This was a mistake on my part.
Was it the dread?
It is actually stuffed crust.
Ooh. Hell yeah, brother.
You can eat it in reverse.
You can eat
anyway,
all
we're back.
pizza in reverse.
And we have noses. And we're in Wayward Cave. And we have a friend that we're trying to get here to the exit. Wait, I want to talk to her. Stop teleporting.
What do you think about doing like a Photoshop with your noses
Yeah.
and having them do poses?
Posing my nosy? Ring around the poses? A posing full of nosing? Hey, look, we found the exit. Oh, there's the exit. I wanted to get together, so I wanted to get tougher so I wouldn't be such a scaredy cat. Filtrum, bye-bye. Thank you. We did it. Now we're coming out of the cave walking on our hands and seeing the world hanging upside down.
You've already made that joke.
And now I'm making it again for the people who are watching the VOD.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I care about you.
You know his mustache there.
Yeah, it did. I'm gonna shoot this horse with a rock.
Rock lasers. What type of rocks do you think they are?
They're gems.
Are they gems or are they crystals?
It's power gem.
What's the difference?
They could be crystal gems. They always save the day.
What's the difference between a crystal and a gem?
I think crystals can be gems, and gems can be crystals, but I don't think one is necessarily the other.
That's fair.
I think a gem is a broad term for a precious stone, and a crystal is a specific kind of stone that is fully see-through.
It probably has to.
I was gonna say, I think crystal specifically refers to a molecular structure.
Yeah, the crystalline structure.
But I'll admit it's been.
And would you say
12.
that crystalline structure leads it to be see-through?
Not necessarily.
Yeah. I'm figuring out a way to shoehorn in Kyber Crystal Star Wars. We just watched Andor and Rogue One again.
We did go back and watch Rogue One afterward.
The thing I have to say after we actually rewatched season 1
because it had been like 3 years.
Yeah, and then we watched.
Nobody remembered anything.
And then we watched season 2, and then we watched Rogue One. Kind of all within the
last 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, within the last 2 weeks. And all I can say is Diego Luna just lays pipe, man. That dude just fucks.
I'm really glad you said that.
I am too. Like, you need, if you want a guy that, just looks like he should be a scruffy, space western, guy.
Nerf herder?
Yeah. Like, a guy in a scruffy, space western.
I gotta say, in those space westerns, they know how to dress.
Yeah. I mean, Diego absolutely knocked it out of the fucking park, dude. Dude would just walk into camera and kind of give you that three-quarter look, and you'd be like, damn, this dude is acting. The other cool thing about Andor is that Diego Luna and the main female lead from season 2. God, I am forgetting her name. It starts with an A. They both went back and did all of the Spanish. The Spanish language dub. So it is actually them, the main actors, dubbing.
I did
themselves.
look up Diego Luna, who is older than I expected. He's like in his 40s.
He's been around a while.
Yeah. And he was like an established like Mexican actor.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to rock smash it, but now I'm kind of familiar.
Committed to the bit. I understand.
I'm a rock. I smash.
Good job, Lizzo. You did it. But if you haven't seen season 2 of Andor and you're a Star Wars fan, go do it. It's some of the best Star Wars media there is.
What if you haven't seen season 1?
Go watch season 1.
That's what we just did. We went and watched season 1.
It is
That's
also
good.
some of the best Star Wars media that has existed. It truly does feel like that space western, that like it feels like
I would say it is not a feel-good TV show.
No. Cassian Andor was not having a good time, except for like 4 times in that show. But goddamn, did he look cool doing it?
But in sort of the similar way, you've seen Rogue One, right?
Yes.
In some of the similar way that movie is kind of like, oh, these people are just about all gonna die, and so there's this kind of sense of they're resigned to their fate. A lot of that TV show kind of feels like that.
I'm trying to think of characters that they introduced who lived past the end of just the TV series, not even counting the movie. And there are 4?
I mean, there are a lot.
Well, yeah, but
but
like
the list isn't as long as
and most of them are like characters that one, you know what happens to them later.
yeah.
You know what, if you watch Rogue One, you know what happens to Andor, and his friend, but like the other ones that survive are like characters like Bail Organa and Mon Mothma, and again, we know what happens to Bail Organa.
He watches George Lucas's son die. Did you know that?
Who's George Lucas's son?
He's the kid that gets attacked right outside the Jedi Temple
Oh,
in Episode 3.
I did not know that. Monkey!
That's what I hear when a gym truck comes out. I knew you could do it. That's a dead monkey.
If shooting lasers at monkeys is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Alright, Frieza.
Monkey! Right back up.
Just give it a quick claw.
No.
Okay. But no, I absolutely cannot recommend Andor enough. It is. I very much enjoyed its 2 seasons, and again, I think it's some of the best Star Wars media that exists. Not fun and/or happy in the slightest.
Andor, ha!
Very good, Rusty.
You said it.
I did say it. Is his name Hiker Kevin spelled with a Y?
You know, Kevin and his dudes.
I kind of hate how his name is spelled.
This Kevin is for the boys.
No, he's for the dudes.
Kevyn.
This Kevin was like, dudes rock.
Dudes rock. I was trying to figure out what the fuck name I was looking at, and then I realized it was Kevin with a Y.
Going?
What's up? My name's Kyle with a B. Scared of insects. Wait, what? Where is... What's what?
Where's the bee?
There's a bee?
Uh-huh.
Flying was good.
I agree. That's why I said, and I quote,
What if it wasn't pronounced Kevin? What if it was pronounced Kevine?
Well, that'd have been stupid, Nathan.
And he asked his parents why you named him that, and they're like, we did it for the vine.
It's around like 2 years.
but they spell Vine with a Y.
Stop, the joke's too funny. No, I'm not gonna go back to jail.
Not going back to jail!
Bet there's an item around here.
Bitch, your sweet Bibby.
I could, like, pull up the thingy. Just scroll through my apps.
Yeah, it was a little more convenient when that was just the bottom screen that you could touch.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to fight her.
Coward.
Seeing as how she is a fighter.
Coward.
I just realized we need to update our spoilers command.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that when we were going live and you guys had me muted.
It's not like Rusty can
Did I
that.
do anything about it? No.
Howard.
Mutt. With the mutt.
God, we did fuck up some of these names.
She likes the way I battle, guys.
You're not quite twice their level as the way you battle.
You know, I put in the work. And that counts for something. I'll admit my approach to beating a Noselocke is a little bit like Andy Dufresne's approach to escaping jail, but it works.
Long, arduous, and overly complicated? With more or less tax evasion.
Certainly a lot, just as much smashing of rocks. My favorite part of that movie was when Andy Dufresne turned to red and he was like, that really was the Shawshank Redemption.
We really did redeem that Shawshank. I've never watched Shawshank Redemption.
Have you not?
No.
Good movie.
I've seen bits.
There are parts of it that are hard to watch.
I've seen bits and pieces, but I've never actually seen it.
It's a classic for a reason.
I get mixed up between Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile.
I have not seen the Green Mile.
I haven't seen either of them, which is probably why I get them confused. At least partly.
The movies that I get mixed up because I haven't seen them are The Green Mile and 8 Mile. Green Mile,
Well,
that's the one with Eminem, right?
I liked 8 Mile.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, you just told us that.
We were talking about The Boys earlier, and now I have The Boys, Don't Tell the Boys by Petey stuck in my head.
And not The Boys Are Back in Town.
Nope. No, I listen to good music.
One of my favorite Tumblr posts is, why are there so many songs about love, but only one song about the boys being back in town?
Truly is. Nathan,
What?
you gotta go follow Noah back on Twitter.
Who's Noah?
It's a bot.
Oh. Well, it would make him happy.
Bots don't have feelings. Shut that shit down right now.
Follow me back would be happy.
If you name it, you start to get attached to it.
I am starting to get attached to Noah.
So, if you do find a shiny on this, I assume you're just gonna box it?
For the moment. But I do have Shiny Claws going, so if a Nose Pass dies, or a Probopass dies, and I have a shiny Pokemon, I will swap it in.
You run Shiny Claws differently than I do.
He wouldn't, even if he caught a shiny, even in a normal playthrough, wouldn't immediately swap it in. It just becomes immediately available as an extra mon.
Yeah, my Shiny Claws is that the game pauses, the run pauses, and you do whatever you can to, like, you get free heals, whatever you need to get the shiny, but the shiny is not part of the run.
More or less, that's what I do. If I catch it, if a shiny appears and I catch it within what would be the rules of the run, then I can use it. And then if something faints or something while, or I otherwise break a rule while trying to catch it, beyond the first encounter rule, then I will say I'm still allowed to catch it, but it's no longer considered an eligible member.
Oh, yeah.
You both run it differently than I do.
If something dies in the process of catching it, I will not consider that Pokemon dead for the purpose of the Nuzlocke.
Oh yeah, you both run it differently than I do.
The priority is catch the shiny.
Yeah, priority.
Yeah, that's the only thing that we have in common.
Yeah, priority is catch the shiny, and then it's just.
But if I do catch a shiny and nothing dies or anything, then I am allowed to use it in the run.
I don't think I've ever used a shiny in run. Unless it was otherwise viable.
I don't remember if I have used a shiny in those circumstances. I have caught shinies in those circumstances, but I don't know if I've ever actually had one make the team. I would have to go double check.
Oh no! See, the way I do it is catch it at all costs, and it is just an extra free mon. You get a free Pokemon.
Like I said, if I
don't care if something died during it. Rules be damned. Fuck it, I have a shiny. See, that's how I run it. That's how I assumed everybody did it. Y'all are fucking weird.
Boing. My Pokemon are starting to like me now where I'm getting friendship benefits. He's so speedy. But not speedy enough. See, I'm getting affection crits now. Which I will take everything I can get. Like I said, Maylene scares me. Wow. See, at the very least with Bertha, if I get to her, I will have the option of Magnet Rise.
Oh. They're putting in stairs and sidewalks at the dining hall.
Oh, there you go. There's so many hikers and black belts.
You're in the hiker and black belt part of the game, Nate.
Clearly. This is Kyle.
With a B?
No, with a Machop.
He's wearing a black belt. That's with a B.
That's with a Gi, Ian.
Oh, shit, right.
You like power!
You getting tired of killing Onyxes in this run?
First one today.
Yeah, today. Not the first one you've killed.
I'll admit they are difficult for my particular team to deal with.
For now.
Presumably, at some point, one of my Probopass will learn a steel stab move.
Maybe.
Good dodge, Lizzo.
Whose fault is it?
Mine, I guess, because it loves me so much.
We just know it's not Lizzo's fault.
She did say that in the song.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
That's not Lizzo's fault.
Voodoo. I'm ballin'.
He'll never be ballin'. Oh, shit.
Meditate. I'm fast enough to run away.
We'll see. You did get away safely. For now.
Doof!
We doofing?
Oh man, we doofing.
Oh, Nathan.
When we doofing, boys.
Nathan, always be doofing. That is.
APD!
Always.
Hannah. Look at these.
We had the doofs today.
I swapped to a Probopass because I was assuming I would be fighting a grass type. But this works.
You'll do. Boing boing.
And she's got a boy beat.
That's the bad one.
It's not the bad one. Got some blackberries. Got some pinnap berries. Got some raspberries. I got some nanob berries.
Nanob.
Nanob. See what the berry master has for me. Give me free things. Ooh.
Don't give me death.
Freaking nanners, dude.
Look, you're one of like 3 fairy types that exist in this game. I'm gonna shoot rocks at you. Bonzi.
You also shot rocks at that.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
Shooting rocks.
Isn't that an actual drugs term?
It's close enough.
Rocks is. I don't know if you shoot rocks.
You can, because it.
I do sound like a dare officer. Are you kids shooting rocks in there? With the waffly wabbit.
Your mom is.
It's Chancy. One of these people has a shell for me. And I want it. Do you guys think that Nosepass is cute enough to be allowed in Amity Square?
It should be.
Cute enough to what?
Be allowed in Amity Square?
Yes. I think it is. Isn't it?
I don't think there's a restriction in this game.
You're right.
Who should I give the shell bell to? I'm going to start with Mud.
Your second slowest Mon. I would normally say your slowest, but I think your slowest already has the
Quickening Claw.
Quick claw, so.
The Claw of Quickening. Heal my boys!
My boys, please. My noses. Please, they must be passed. Pikachu.
Nope. I'm not allowed to have a stroll out here. Nose pass isn't cute enough.
That's wrong.
Well, if they're wrong, I don't want to be right. Wait.
I'm like, You want to check that one? You want to run back on it? We'll give it to you.
Well, if there are 3 rights, then I'm gonna make a left.
That's a little better.
If they're Miles Edgeworth, I'm Phoenix Wright.
You're doing what for Miles?
If they're making a left turn, I've got right of way.
Yeah, when's he gonna stop?
That's the secret, Captain. He never stops.
I can't stop. I won't stop.
He could. He just wouldn't know what to do with himself.
Yeah, I can fight the gym. I'm gonna.
Is this the Doors gym?
I think this is the one where you have to do math.
Why the fuck would I want to do that?
Forgot I was gonna fight the rival here.
You got this.
One would hope.
I believe in you. You've got a knack for winning. Some could even say you have a nose for it.
Time to sniff out the path to victory. Lizzo is my best special attacker of the nose passes. Ow.
I was gonna say that didn't hurt.
That's the nose noise.
No, we tend to hear that on Sundays. Rusty, what are you playing?
Skyrim Nolvis mod pack.
And how is Scarm?
Well, actually, I just did something pretty funny. This mod adds a lot of like oversized bosses,
Yeah.
but it still does have Skyrim physics at its core. So if you don't see the boss,
Yeah.
because it looks like it's part of the environment, and it has a horde of minions, and you try to snipe one of the minions, but you just barely miss, and you hit the boss, and the physics causes it to fly away into the atmosphere.
That would be
It
pretty
looks
funny.
like you just shot a big fucking boulder, and it just took off.
Fucking bye.
It was very funny. You may have heard me chortle. That does mean I did not get to loot it.
Oh no, I don't have room for an egg. Whatever will I do?
Oh no, it is here. It's just huge and looks like part of the environment.
I found a jar of honey.
Yeah, well, I got a jar of dirt.
Just like Jack Sparrow. Boopy. Ian, you took an entire 1% of my health.
Kill him.
Destroy him!
He took 1 health from mine.
Oh, thank God.
If you too think that Bonsly was out of line for taking 1 HP away, go to www.bonslyisamotherfucker.com. We'd love your feedback. Feel free to email us at seriouslyfuckthislittle at gmail.com.
What did Bonsley do to you?
Your support means so much.
He knows what he did.
Please make sure you add us at putting the tree in treason.
Putting the tree in what?
Treason. So there's a whole ass NPC here telling me to go see the leader of the fan club, so I'm gonna go do that.
Your mom's a whole ass NPC. You already have the bike. Why do you need to? You gotta make some coffins, Nathan. Because we couldn't just use the last gimmicky food from the last game. You gotta make new gimmicky food for this gimmicky game. Unironically, I love making Pokeblocks.
Emma and Leo.
Rusty, what's your favorite gimmicky bullshit from a Pokemon game?
What's my favorite gimmicky bullshit from a Pokemon game?
Yeah. Making Pokeblocks, Poffins, making sandwiches. The fucking Olympics and the Gen 4 remakes.
I don't know if I particularly engage with many of them.
The correct answer is Pokemon Ami from Gen 6. Was that on Gen 6?
Ami was Gen 6. Ami is French.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I liked the sports IV training in
Gen 6.
That
one might have been Gen 7.
That's super training.
Yeah, I liked super training. It was wild that we had a sports themed generation that didn't have super training in it.
You gotta shoot the balls at the balloons.
Shut your mom's bags with balloons, or whatever the fuck you just said. I teach your mom sex with Y.
Your mom is the Omega and the Alpha.
I Omega Ruby, your mom's Alpha Sapphire.
I'm gonna shoot a Pikachu.
Someday, they will stop your mama jokes, but it'll not be this day.
You might want to think about Sandstorm. There is. That just helps everyone on your team.
I won't teach it to everybody, but I might teach it to a couple.
There's nothing weird with that. There's no spirit of the dead trying to steal your children out of that. That's what Spiritomb's doing, right? That's like what all of the ghost types are doing.
I don't think it's trying to steal any. I think it just is a bunch of souls.
Yeah, but a lot of the ghost types are just straight up trying to eat your children.
Dude's gotta eat.
Balloons gotta eat. And whatever the fuck Dusclops is. I know that Dusclops is like supposed to like be a Shimigami or whatever.
Gonna rock this bud! I do like that I get to beat up all of these tiny cute Pokemon.
You do just get to blast them with lasers.
Defeat the baby. I found a tiny mushroom. Come on. Would you describe that noise that you just heard as a squeal?
Yeah, I think a Screo pretty accurately describes that.
Bird! A frightening bird. Thankfully, my rocks don't get scared.
So, between your nose passes and your Probo passes, how many noses do we have?
So each Probo Pass has 4 noses.
So,
4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15 noses is what I count.
we are up to
16 if you count the trainer.
and I think that's important to do.
Do you think that sound was a Tweedledee?
Yeah, pretty close, I guess.
Counts it.
I'm really gonna like that.
See if I can still use it.
I bet you're not fully. Well, you might be. You killed a lot of things. They gave you 2 EXP.
We'll do this the easy way. Fuck, are you a special attacker? No, you're the attacker. Mutt's a special attacker. We'll give it to Mutt.
Yut.
It won't have any effect. Maybe I can go sell it. Or save it if I want to ever re-EV.
Eevee.
I've always kind of preferred to just have arbitrary EVs.
I think it's more fun. And I'm also just never gonna, like, spend the time to...
Do you think in this world they go, oh, she's a cowgirl, and somebody else goes, what the fuck is a cow?
I mean, kind of depends on...
I mean, she's a cowgirl, not a Miltank girl.
Well, like, I'm trying to think of... Because... Again, the early games, it's like the early, like, anime acknowledged that, like, other, like, types of animals existed.
Yeah, but that's just early installment weirdness.
Yeah.
They're pretty well established now that Pokemon are the only animals that exist in this world.
Yeah. Same bullshit. Why they say hell in Star Wars? Just fucking let it happen.
Yeah.
The hell's an aluminum falcon? Honey, if you keep putting beavers in front of me, I'm gonna chuck rocks at them.
I know a guy that almost got kicked out of the Boy Scouts for that.
Bird! I have 3 things that can summon a sandstorm. I think that's plenty. Be-doo. Well, it's a steel move.
Sorry. You need to start being careful of these beavers, Nathan.
Don't worry. I'm the beaver stabber.
I don't know if I'd go around advertising that.
What's wrong with saying beaver stabber, Ian?
I've never been to Beaver Stabber. That one was really good, guys. I'm really proud of that one.
Pretty good.
I'm really proud of that one.
I've never been to a Uber drive-up.
You understood the reference, right? I'm not
I
like
do
being
not.
a crazy person.
I do not.
It was the Uber driver Vine, right?
Yeah, there's a Vine. It was like an interview of some guy at some like ritzy nightclub, and the interviewer goes, "What did you think of your Uber driver?" And the guy goes like, "I've never been to Uber driver."
We got the Provos and then the noses. Just lined up real neat there, you know?
Did line up pretty neat there. Gotta fight the,
tie.
gotta fight the young couple.
As long as I have my suing tie. I don't think I need to switch.
Just
There should be a suit Pokemon and a tie Pokemon. We've got other weird accessories.
do we? I mean, like, Glade exists.
Damn, you got me.
Kakuna has the little necktie. I believe at least Galarian Mr. Mime has a bow tie. Maybe Mr. Rhyme.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that.
We must enter the House of the Dead!
Why?
That was spooky.
Got a bag.
I just entered a House of the Dead.
There's like a billion of those in Skyrim.
So did I, Rusty.
Yeah.
We're not fucking special.
That's like one of the main dungeon types in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Everyone in the nearby place is like, suddenly the dead started walking again. You're like, all right, I got it. I understand what you're telling me to do.
I always like settings like that where like magic can force a skeleton back from like beyond the pale, but to get it to go back to being dead again, you just gotta whack it with the stick enough.
Yeah. Just gotta hit it.
Sir, dead was correct for you. It was, in fact, the right vibe.
Fuck the skunk smasher.
What did you just say?
His name is Fuck the skunk smasher.
Okay, I was just making sure that that's, in fact, what you said. I forgot we named him Fuck.
It's possible we named him Futch.
I think it's open for interpretation.
What the fudge?
I think it's whatever's funniest in the moment.
Hey, I just started busting.
I've had that look on my face before.
Oh, sassy GameCube Roselia. Zubat.
Zubat.
Zubatman.
has been kind of working on some. And is that not cool as fuck? I'll put it in the Discord. But for context, it is Starfire.
Starfire from the Teen Titans.
From the Teen Titans. But when she starts using her powers, it kind of goes off of the fiery hair that she has from the comics.
Like the really old comics.
So it, like...
This guy's one of my favorites. Big tough dude using a cleffa.
Yeah. So it, like, almost looks like she's going Super Saiyan. And he's got some other cool art, kind of based around what if, kind of...
It does put the fire in Starfire.
Yeah.
Also kind of giving me the vibes of that one guy who did the Dragon Ball Z animations.
Yeah. And he kind of does some similar stuff, but I'll put it in the Discord. And you too can go to the Discord if you put in ! Discord. He's one of my favorite followers on Twitter. He just does, like, sick art. He does Dragon Ball art. He does just lots of different type of stuff. He'll do like even like Street Fighter and other stuff.
I'm gonna hit it with the rock. Like Fuzzy Lumpkins in that one episode of the Powerpuff Girls where my solution to everything is just hitting it with the rock.
Well, that came through really well.
Sorry.
It's fine, it just surprised me for a second. But this is some of his art that I found. That's how I kind of found him. The bottom one is, of course, a reference to Dragon Ball Z. The top one is actually a reference to, I think, to Kaizen.
Kind of giving me like Zelda Light Era vibes. Ranchers, Beth and Bob. Boing boing. Boing boing.
This was the specific shot I was referencing.
Oh, yeah. No, that's just that. I don't follow these animes like I used to.
Jujutsu Kaisen is breathtakingly stunning to look at, and it's actually, like, it's very well done. I think they do their power shifting really well. It is a fucking bummer. The arc that just happened in the anime side of it. It's called the Shibuya Incident, and there's a reason it was called an incident. I think the death totals they had in that comic were into the thousands. And that's not power scaling anywhere near to like a Dragon Ball. But it's a incredibly well done show, and people that like the manga, say that it's got one of the best manga out recently. But
Also love the idea that you can beat a ghost back to death with a rope.
it's very good.
I cast ye from whence you came! Bonk.
There is that episode of... I have never actually like sat down and watched Buffy, but there's that episode of Buffy that that keeps getting referenced throughout. It's like somebody come back from like the ancient past who's like, there are no weapons around that could kill me. And she's like, yeah, thousands of years ago. Pulls out a RPG. It reminds me of something like that. Like, yeah, fuck you.
Why would a role-playing game beat him?
Couldn't understand the mechanics.
It's bad. This feels like overkill.
It's not quite kill like overkill.
No, I crit him. Just like really make sure we got him.
That bat is just a skid mark.
Skid marks, what they called me in high school. I was not popular.
That's a pretty brutal name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, I'm joking, but holy shit.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. Yeah, dude.
I think I'll go do the ruins with all the unknown off stream. Unless you guys just want to see me defeat the alphabet.
No.
It's a horse! sometimes you gotta send her to the glue factory.
No, you don't.
What are you doing in the grass, you rock? Rancher Marco! Do you think we can find Rancher Polo?
He's around somewhere.
We just have to call out. Blast monkey. That funky monkey. Time to duck him up. I love the implication of a giraffe as a farm animal.
It's maybe like one of those like exotic animal rescue farms.
Ian, I gotta say, I don't think those things have giraffes.
An animal rescue? Could have giraffes. I'm talking about like a rescue like from the idiots that, get a bunch of that have a bunch of money and then, buy an exotic animal and then of course it needs to be put to a better location.
Yeah, they have those. They're called zoos.
Yes, I'm aware.
If a giraffe is in the United States, it ought to be in a zoo.
It should be, you're right.
Ian's talking about the kinds of people that rescue giraffes from not zoos.
Yeah, but again, I don't think those types of people are handling giraffes.
I think they very well could be, and helping get them to zoos. Sometimes zoo staff just don't have the ability to go actually do the rescuing. And so sometimes they need help.
Like, you hear about like people who have like big cats and stuff, but there are some animals that I don't think you can are gonna have that problem with. Giraffes, elephants, rhinos, hippos. I think those are just too much even for eccentric rich dudes.
Nathan,
Yeah.
this was an off-the-cuff comment about a stupid off-the-cuff comment that you did.
Yeah.
Maybe. Just
I'm
maybe.
overthinking it.
We're in too deep. Again, the Tri-Attack animation is one of the cooler animations. That does look kind of sick.
Fucking triangles, man.
How do they work?
Turning fucking triangles into squares.
It's still wild to me that that the Xenoverse games has the abridged voice has the abridged voices. Some of the abridged voices in the Dragon Ball Xenoverse games, where you can make your own Dragon Ball OCs. Some of the voices are the voices from or the actual voice actors behind the Dragon Ball Z abridged, and they do make a couple of jokes. One of them being when you're using that voice and you do the tri-beam attack, they will yell out "Geometry!"
That's adorable.
That is adorable. Turning triangles and fucking squares. Also, Ten Shinhan, I'm gonna say versus Cell in the Dragon Ball Z abridged might be my favorite scene in the abridged.
It does own.
Go fuck yourself. That's
This Happini is why I prefer this trainer for the Versus Seeker for like a pretty good chunk of the game to do it right here.
Yeah, I wonder why. Oh. This is one where the Versus Seeker will get.
There's a spot where you can stand where you can get this guy, the twins here, a couple of these trainers here. Right about here, where you just, if you stand here, you can get a bunch of people.
Right about there.
And like I said, because the Happini has such a high EXP yield, it's one of the better places to grind out with the Versus Seeker.
And this one.
I didn't understand that.
Shut up, phone. Nathan, I didn't hear that cry. I need you to do it for me.
Beep, whoop.
What's your favorite sound effect in the Pokemon games?
Sound effect.
Yeah. And I'm going to leave that open as broadly as possible.
Say, do cries count? Do
Feel it in your heart. Or wherever you feel stuff like this.
Is it not dilly woo woo whoop?
if cries count, whoop is up there. I like Del Fox's "Bwop bwop wow." Typhlosion was always one of my favorites, so I really like its cry.
Now, it doesn't just have to be cries.
Yeah. I will say, of sound effects, I was always really partial to Gen 2's super effective whoosh-a-sha.
Does it have to be from the games?
I don't think so. I think I just said sound effect in Pokemon.
Guzzlord.
One could argue voices aren't sound effects.
I would count it.
I'm saying it would not fall under the purview of Foley.
I think if we're counting cries, whatever the fuck he is doing counts.
I always like Razor Leaf in Gen 2. Leaf Blade had a cool animation in Gen 3.
What he's doing is hollering.
Is he the one that talks backwards, or is that Cortana?
Cortana.
Okay. He just screams,
Right,
right?
Guzzlord is just yelling, baby.
Guzzlord is hollering.
Much like, okay, you know what? Fuck this. Much like Drill was hollering at the animals.
Yes. Just like that.
How does she float there like that?
Don't worry about it.
How do you do that with your whole, like, body?
How do you do that with your mouth?
Bit my nose! That was not nice.
They rarely are nice to your nose. It's crazy to me that you only have 2 usable items on your Pokemon.
I do have berries.
Yeah, but do you not have 4? I mean, I know we're still kind of early in the game, but I just feel like...
I think there are a couple in the Grand Underground that I could go and see if I can dig up, but I figured I would do that between streams. I do actually want to do some digging in the underground and maybe see if I can get a couple of
and like Heartstones and stuff.
Heartstones would be cool. Specifically, what I was wanting to get, and you can't get Heartstones down there. I forgot about that actually. But Smooth Rock to make Sandstorm last longer.
Yeah, you can get those. You can get Heartstones. Maybe Soft Sand.
I think Hardstone is the only like hold item that boosts damage, and if memory serves, they're actually kind of rare.
It's faster to just go break Rock Smash Rock. Boing boing.
No.
Do you need me to take over?
I sent a lady a message. She copied it and pasted it and sent it back to me. I think she meant to forward it to somebody else.
Funny.
Or she thinks she's being real tricky.
This is an older lady who may not understand phones quite as well.
Where are you?
All I did was send her a message saying, hey, you left some stuff in a car, you're welcome to come pick it up. So I imagine she was probably forwarding that to the person in the backseat who had actually left the stuff. And accidentally sent it back to me.
Shoot it with lasers. It's from space. Should be familiar with the
Meteor strike.
Should be familiar with lasers.
Hit baby with a rock.
Laser rock.
Hitting babies with a rock.
Okay. Come on, guys. Close it out.
Alright, guys, it's time to get milky.
I wish you had said, I don't know anything else. Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Are you looking at Thunder updates?
No. Actual National Weather Service. I guess.
Thunder. I meant Thunder, the basketball team. Let me
Yeah.
be clear.
I guess dating this episode, the Shea Gilgeous-Alexander player for the Thunder did in fact win the MVP today for the league. But no, I think this is an update from yesterday's info. More updated storm survey info. There wasn't, in fact, an EF1 in Pocola.
I did see a list of some of the confirmed tornadoes that were more or less like 3 miles away from us.
Yeah. This one went from
And then kind of
Pocola.
over into Fayetteville.
Yeah. Yeah. EF1 near Shady Point in Thorpe County.
Yeah, I did see some.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was like updating like tonight that there was like there was more. I'm like, oh, goddamn.
Mime laser.
It did confirm the one in Stillwell, and then the one in Gore, south of. So the one north of us, north and east, and then the one south of us. And then there was one that like. The one that hit, Photo to Pocola to Heaver. Yeah.
I always call him Fernando 3 Mimes.
Old. I forgot about old Fernando 3 Mimes. How could I forget about 3 Mimes?
Taste my tri-mime technique.
Wudo.
I like Sudowooder's little flip as he comes out of the Pokeball. I'm glad he didn't have Stir.
Me too.
I'm doing a little bit of precaution.
Come on, Lizzo!
No. Read the comment. Okay, I guess I have to say this. It is.
You know what makes for really good television?
Yeah.
You showing me laughing at it and you not sharing it with the
Yeah.
class?
I am gonna go share it in the Discord, and I will talk about it. I guess slight NSFW warning if we're gonna do that. But Rusty, I think you should go look at that tweet and just describe it.
Okay.
Oh.
And that's why I swapped away from Purple Pass.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
So what I'm seeing here is a full office with a desk and a chair, and in front of the office chair is a full bed, and the caption says, "The executive cuck chair is devious."
Do you see the other comment on that?
Nothing on my end.
Imagine unmuting to say nothing on my end from here. It's very funny.
I don't like the rain.
Why not?
Drippy and wet and irritating. Gets everywhere.
Okay, I did actually want to bring this up in stream, and I'm glad I remembered it. You talking about Anakin and which made me think of it. So there was some pictures put out of Kingdom Hearts 4 recently, right? And there is what's feeling like more and more of a chance that there's gonna be a Star Wars role, right? From the initial teasers.
That's not a chance. It is confirmed.
Oh,
There's an AT-AT. I mean, they haven't come out and said there's a Star Wars world. There's Star Wars content.
Yeah.
There's an AT-AT foot.
Yeah. So,
And that's old news.
Yeah. So that means that it's probably going to be in Star Wars land. Either it's probably going to be like during the time of the Rebels, during the time of the Empire. But I was thinking that I actually might I think there could be some really cool interactions if we went to like the Clone Wars time era instead. I think there could be something very interesting.
Counterpoint. What if Goofy met Jar Jar Binks and they started making out sloppy style?
Well, you see, Nathan.
They just like lock eyes and go, I thought I was the only one.
Well, you see, Nathan. Everyone would come on the spot. Okay. Anyway,
They just have an intimate moment. They're like, I see you.
Anyway, going back to it, I think it would be more likely that it's going to be during the Empire. You could definitely have a cool fight between like Vader and Sora, but again, I think it would be more interesting if you put it like during the Clone Wars era, and he got to meet Anakin pre-fall, and then maybe even see what happens to him. But what era in Star Wars would you like to see most?
I'm kind of attached to this Goofy meeting Jar Jar and them, like, having a thing.
Okay. Nathan is for Goofy and Jar Jar raw dog in it.
If I had to choose an era, the post-Empire hang out with Boba Fett and the Mandalorians era.
Yeah.
I would love to see the same kind of vibe from the Pirates of the Caribbean world, but with Mandalorians.
I get it. That could be sick.
Yes.
So them like fighting the remnants of the Empire before somehow Palpatine is back.
Yeah.
That is kind of the era that they've sort of pushed in the Disney Plus sort of.
Well,
era.
they've done that, but you know, what has been their most popular show recently has been Andor, and that's been pre-Battle of Yavin.
Yeah, but Andor came out recently.
Yeah.
The game has been in development
For a while.
long time. So if there was an era, like I said, maybe even Mandalorian is too recent.
Yeah, it is almost certainly actually going to be,
during the Empire.
yeah, just
Like during the
episodes
original
4, 5, and 6. Yeah. But if I had my druthers, it would be almost any other era.
Again, I think that the Clone Wars era would make for some cool content.
Clone Wars would be cool. I think it's a little too, like it's straight up a war. I think that's not the vibe that Kingdom Hearts is looking for.
Yeah. But like, I think both Anakin and Ahsoka would be very cool.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I don't think you're getting away from the war aspect of Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, that's a fair, fun little joke you made there. But there's genuinely a pretty decent amount of Star Wars that's not in a wartime. And the vibe of war is different than the vibe of...
I will say, they didn't call the first movie Star Trade Negotiations.
Yeah.
What's up, Buzzy?
We appreciate your nose contribution.
Got the sniffer.
I see the karate man over there. Kind of have to be careful about this. Well, it's good to have you this time. Will do. I'm gonna find whichever one has my highest. I think we decided Lizzo has my highest special attack with the nose passes.
Yes.
Lizzo, unironically, you are my rock.
Go away.
So as we kind of gear toward the end of stream here, we are going to do just a little bit of a programming note in that Rusty will be gone for the next few weeks.
Rusty's gonna die, but he'll get better.
He's going to deliver a message to Ben Kenobi about how he served under his father during the Clone Wars.
Something like that.
And you're going to get swept in and up into a whirlwind adventure. How do we feel about the design decision to give Metatite a diaper?
Bad. I think it's bad, and I feel bad about it.
I feel similar to the decision that they made to give its evolution nipple knees.
It's certainly something.
It does Machoke does evolve to a speedo.
Fist plate. I might as well give that to one of my rock smashers. We'll still finish up the Noselocke on Wednesdays.
Yeah, but we'll just have some alternate
Programming on the Saturdays. We got some fun stuff planned.
on
We'll see.
Saturdays and/or Sundays. If you kind of keep an eye on our stream, we'll have some fun stuff coming down the pipe.
Rusty will be back before you know it.
Unless I'm not.
It'll be like Rusty never.
Maybe Rusty will be back a clock before you know it.
Maybe the real Rusty was the friends we made along the way.
Stop that.
I'm surprised that did 2 damage.
No.
Yeah, it's weird when fire-type Pokemon live in environments that get rain. It's kind of like in Gen 5, there are Pokemon that live in the desert that are, like, damaged by sandstorm. Like, why do you live here? Every day is pain for you.
Just like me and capitalism. Ooh, good job. Nice.
Thank you. I try.
Oh, yeah, no. The Oklahoma baseball team beat the Georgia baseball team to continue on in the SEC tournament.
Good balling, boys.
They, the Oklahoma was I believe the 12th seed, and Georgia was the 5 seed, so they're doing pretty well.
I don't know, Ian. 12 is bigger than 5.
You're right.
bigger number, better guy, right?
That's what I say.
I will say, I am getting tired of fighting all of these karate men.
Would you rather fight the Karate Men or the Onyx Men?
The Onyx men are just like, they take a while. They're not scary. The karate men are scary.
You scared?
Oh, scared.
Scaled.
Scared. Yeah. I always get mad when I see a missing square in the grass and there's not a hidden item for me to grab. I feel entitled.
You are entitled.
So they put these like hidden items behind trees you have to cut.
Yeah.
But because cut is free in this game, it's just like the only thing we're gonna do is make you take the time to cut down a tree.
But it wasn't in the last game. You gotta be faithful, Nathan.
Split up this double battle, and that may be where we call it. Yeah. One.
You got crit on that last one, so it did 2 damage.
5 times one of them crit. That's about as bad as that's gonna go.
Yep.
You fool!
Sorry, I just wanted to do. Is this the gen with the really dangerous fight over here?
This is I don't know if this one is any more or less dangerous than the previous gen, but this double battle here does have a high kill count, at least in Gen 4.
Is this the one, that has the Gyarados?
I think one of them does have a Gyarados, though
Yeah.
it may not be in
This.
Diamond Pearl, it may be in Platinum. I
Yeah.
kind of forget.
Yeah, there's a double
I'm an
battle.
old man, and I don't remember things as well as I used to.
I think this double battle has a high kill count because
Thank you for using the fire move in the rain instead of a fighting move. You're really helping a brother out here. Also, not for nothing. Good crit. Good landing the stone edge. That could have gone a lot worse.
yeah.
We're just gonna...
Yeah, you want that.
Just gonna give it a long... Give it a long... Maybe a...
Yeah. This Gyarados has killed at least a couple of my Pokemon in runs.
scary mon in the rain.
The problem is, it's in the rain, it's at the end of a route, and if you forget that it's there,
It's easy to stroll in, especially because their green hair blends into the trees.
and you're not at...
You know, double battles are always dangerous.
And you roll in hurt anyway. You know, it can be...
These guys do not stand out very much.
No.
But
that'll do it for us.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on the Discord again! Exclamation point Discord. And what?
or if you're watching on the YouTube, it's down in the description.
Yeah, down in the doobly-doo below. Keep an eye out. We'll kind of keep you updated there. On what we're gonna be doing here the next little while. But we got some kind of fun stuff planned. So we'll see y'all then.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.